Son Excellence, l'ambassadrice de France aux Philippines et en Micronésie, Madame Marie Fontanel.
Sorry for that. Excellencies, Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, the Annuncio Charles Brown, Secretary Teodoro, Secretary Frasco, Undersecretary Helen de la Vega, representing Secretary of Foreign Affairs, Senator Tolentino, Senator Tulfo, Senator Legada, Mayor Lenny, and all your official capacity. Dear friends, chers amis, bonsoir. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Maligayang pagdating. I'm delighted and honored to welcome you tonight to celebrate our National Day. On July 14th, also known indeed as Bastille Day, we celebrate our history and our Republican values, described with 3 words which from France to the Philippines have a powerful and inspiring meaning. Liberté, égalité, fraternité. A year ago, we gathered here at the very same place for an Olympic celebration as Paris was preparing to host the Olympic and Paralympic Games. At the time, the world did not know yet what wonderful Franco-Philippine souvenirs would be brought by the Games. I'm thinking, of course, of Carlos Yulo's historic double gold win, forever engraved in our memories. But I'm also thinking of the 2 bronze medals won by boxer Eira Villegas and Nesty Petesio. Congratulations to all the Filipinos athletes for their performance and for their participation in this great celebration that were the Paris 2024 Games. Round of applause to them. This year, change of setting. I invite you to dive into the sea for a night of celebration of our vital blue energy, our oceans. Maligayang pagdating dito sa ating bukhaw na Pigdiriwang, isang pagtitipon para sa kahagatan. You'll have to pardon my Tagalog, right? Ngayong taon, isang buwan pagkatapos ng tagumpay ng United Nations Conference sa Nice sa okasyon ng ating pambansang araw. Nagpasya kami na ipagdiwang ang mga kahagatan, ang bukhaw na baga ng ating daigdig. 2025 is indeed the year of the oceans in France, as we marked less than a month ago the success of the 3rd United Nations Ocean Conference held in Nice. The ocean is our common good. It feeds us, it protects us, it makes us dream and travel, it provides us with sustainable energy, trade, resources, and infinite scientific knowledge. And there is no better place than the Philippines, this beautiful archipelago of 641 islands, if I'm correct, to celebrate our oceans. In this regard also, France and the Philippines have a lot in common. We are 2 maritime nations, part of the Pacific region, experiencing daily the challenges caused to our oceans, from plastic pollution to illegal fishing, and even, from time to time, challenges to freedom of navigation. No wonder why our 2 countries are engaged in upholding international law of the sea and advocating for a free and open Indo-Pacific and a better protection of our oceans. This is part of our common DNA, the DNA of 2 blue nations determined to act to preserve our planet. So let us indeed celebrate tonight with a touch of blue. But a National Day is also a time to reflect on our achievements. And when I look back For this second year of my mandate, I feel proud and impressed by the work we have done to strengthen our bilateral relationship. I don't want to be too long, but let me mention 3 major milestones. First of all, since last December, our 2 countries are now again directly connected by air. 20 years after its closure, the reopening of a direct Air France line between Paris and Manila symbolizes the new dimension taken by our bilateral relationship. Our countries have never been so close to each other. This makes tourism, student exchanges, business missions way much easier. More than 15,000 passengers have already taken this flight. It's a giant step forward, also for the relationship between the Philippines and Europe. Indeed, it was an anomaly that the Philippines was the only large country in ASEAN lacking a direct non-stop air to Europe. And I'm very proud that Paris became the direct getaway to Europe for the Philippines. Second, I was very happy to welcome French Minister for Trade, Laurent Saint-Martin, last April in Manila, showing a growing reciprocal interest in the economic and commercial sphere. This visit enabled us to intensify our partnerships of sovereignty, designed to make both our economies gain independence and resilience, particularly in the fields of maritime security, energy, food, infrastructures, transportation, and connectivity. Last but not the least, I cannot forget another highlight of this year, the very first historic stopover of the French aircraft carrier strike group Charles de Gaulle last February in Subic Bay and Manila. Since the visit of French Minister of the Armed Forces in December 23, our defense and security cooperation is getting stronger. And the first round of negotiation of the visiting forces agreement just took place a few weeks ago in Paris. This strengthening of the relationship between France and the Philippines is more necessary than ever at a time of increasing international uncertainty, instability, and crisis, from Ukraine to the Middle East. And at the international level, our 2 countries share the same values. We are resolutely committed to multilateralism, respect for international law, particularly the UN Charter, and the defense of the rule of law, everywhere without double standards. At the end of May, French President Emmanuel Macron was the first European head of state to be invited to deliver a keynote address at the Shangri-La Dialogue. He stressed the importance of reinforcing the partnership between the European Union and ASEAN as the Philippines prepares to take over the presidency in 2026. More broadly, he launched a call for action for Europe and Asia to work together on the coalition of independence. This is also what is at stake here in the Philippines with the partnership of sovereignty that we are building every day. And to achieve this essential work, I am fortunate to be able to count on the extraordinary team of the French Embassy in Manila. Dear colleagues, it's a pleasure and an honor to work with all of you every day, and I thank you immensely tonight. Please help me thanking them by giving them a big round of applause. I can also count on my family here, my dear husband Alain, and I have 3 children who accompany me and support me. Many thanks to them. The 5 of us are fortunate and blessed to enjoy every day the hospitality of our dear Filipino friends. I would like, if you don't mind, to say a few words in French to my fellow compatriots. Mes chers amis, vous êtes chacune et chacun, à votre façon, des ambassadeurs de notre relation avec les Philippines. Plus de 3000 Français inscrits au registre, vous contribuez au développement des échanges humains et économiques, à la meilleure connaissance entre nos 2 peuples. Merci de votre engagement, de votre capacité à innover, à faire vivre la France aux Philippines. Vous savez que vous pouvez compter sur cette ambassade qui est votre service public de proximité. Ce soir, c'est votre fête, la soirée de notre fierté nationale. Et à l'occasion, il nous donne l'occasion de nous rassembler ici à Manille dans la fraternité. And finally, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to our sponsors. This is also your celebration. Thank you for your support and for making this journey through the oceans possible tonight. My dear friends, in conclusion, allow me to reiterate France's deep commitment to the Philippines. Our countries are like two blue sisters nations, and long live our friendship and our cooperation. Vive la République, vive la France, mabuhay ang Pilipinas, mabuhay ang pagkakaibigan ng ating mga bansa.